Please join me in Gasho. Naman Nops, Naman Nops, Naman Nops, Naman Nops, Naman Nops, Naman Nops. Oh, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our regular Sunday service. Also, being, I guess, Easter weekend, there's probably fewer people, more people either, well, I don't know what they're doing, but welcome to those who are here and welcome to those joining by Zoom as well. Can you hear me okay on Zoom? Yes? Okay, good. Okay, so we'll begin this morning's service with a moment of silent meditation, followed by the recitation of the name of the Buddha or the Nembutsu. Naman Nops, Naman Nops, Naman Nops, Naman Nops, Naman Nops, Naman. Okay, next we're going to recite the Bandhana Tisarana, which is on page 325 of your text. Also, we're going to be reading our pledge. Where did we?
It's in the back there.
It's in the back. In the glass case or in the?
No, I think on the table.
Okay. If we could just get that handed out. So for those who are here, if you're able to rise, please rise, and we're going to be chanting Vandana Tisarana on page 325, followed by the recitation of our pledge. For those who are at home, it should be on your screen. No more, no more, no more. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddha Saranam Gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. Dhamma Saranam Gacchami. I go to the Dharma for guidance. Sangam Saranam Gacchami. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Namo. So we'll read together our pledge, which is either on the screen or you have it in your hand. Our pledge. Breaking out of my shell, I shall carefully share a warm smile and speak gentle words, just like the kind Buddha. Not becoming lost in my greed, anger, and ignorance, I shall be open-minded and act accordingly, just like the calm and peaceful Buddha. Not putting myself first, I shall share in the joy and sadness of others, just like the compassionate Buddha. Realizing the gift of life we have received, I shall live each day to its fullest, like the Buddha who continues to emancipate all. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Please be seated. Today we will be chanting the Junirai, which you will find on page 63. I will be chanting it first and then reading the English translation following it. Okay, oops, sorry. So the Junirai on page 63. Namo Nobs, Namo Nobs, Namo Nobs, Namo Nobs, Namo Nobs. Keshu teni shokugyo amida sen ryozogu son zai mi meu anago 무료부시 슈이네 건지기 신조녀세노 샤마나교녀소부 료모그조냐그쇼랭에 고가 조라이미나송 맨젠조녀망앗 이거연여센이징앗 조녀된 그시라 고가 조라이미나송 간원조나이 간치우지 슈주메우소
少女習得経血女国小サリ薬徳自在我が将来みなそ実法名門菩薩衆無量小魔女さな一生衆女が力自子が将来みなそ根体を現地証言前後少女名内座おひざ上両線の子が将来みなそ実母将来勝負し権限人図し安楽戦後尊厳上業子が将来みなそ小無常無我と薬女水がずでよろ一種説法無名字我が将来みなそ一尊不説無悪名薬無女に悪の不主に死心がいそ子が将来みなそ一尊無量勉強無所主悪知識往生大志菩提我が将来みなそなぜ随尊具独自修善無変如来水小逆前言小上者衛生修行小非語ナマ nobs, naman nobs, naman nobs, naman. Please join me in reading the English translation, which you'll find on page 70 of your text or on the screen. The 12 Adorations, Junirai translation. Before Amida Buddha, whom heavenly beings and men worship, I humble myself in deepest reverence. In his wondrous land of bliss, surrounded is he by countless bodhisattvas. His golden form shines forth pure like the king of the Mount Sumeru. His practice of truth is steadfast like an elephant's pace. His eyes radiate like pure blue lotus blossoms. Thus I prostrate myself before Amida Buddha. His countenance is perfectly pure and round like the full moon. His majestic light shines like 1,000 suns and moons. His voice is like a heavenly drum, yet like a heavenly bird, kokila. Thus I prostrate myself before Amida Buddha. Avalokitesvara wears upon his crown the image of Amida adorned with many precious jewels. He subdues the arrogance of demons and heretics. Thus I prostrate myself before Amida Buddha. Incomparable, vast, and pure his virtues are, clearly extending like vast open space, his acts freely benefiting all. Thus I prostrate myself before Amida Buddha. Bodhisattvas from the 10 quarters and countless Maras, demons, always venerate him. He dwells with vow power for the sake of all beings. Thus I prostrate myself before Amida Buddha. In the golden treasure pond where the lotus flowers bloom, established with goodness is a wondrous throne, where reigns the Lord like the king of the mount. Thus I prostrate myself before Amida Buddha. From the 10 quarters, bodhisattvas come, revealing wondrous powers, they attain blissful state. Honoring his face, they offer eternal homage. Thus I prostrate myself before Amida Buddha. All things are transient and without self, like the moon on water, lightning, shadow, or dew. The Dharma cannot be expressed by words, the Buddha proclaimed. Thus I prostrate myself before Amida Buddha. No words of evil are in his hand, no fear of evildoers, nor evil paths. With sincere heart all beings worship him. Thus I prostrate myself before Amida Buddha. His land of infinite expediencies is without degenerate things or wicked beings. Upon rebirth, non-retrogressive bodhi does one attain. Thus I prostrate myself before Amida Buddha. Thus have I praised the virtues of Amida. Boundless are they like the water of the sea. Upon receiving these pure and good qualities, may all beings be reborn into his land. Namo Amidavas, Namo Amidavas, Namo Amidavas. Namo Amidavas, Namo Amidavas. Once again, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us this morning for this service. And you know, this next week, I'll be going away to Toronto from Wednesday for our National Ministerial Association meetings as well as the National Annual General Meeting. And I was going over some notes, and a number of AGMs ago. So at these AGMs, we often have workshops and reflections and sharing time by the various temples. And at one of the AGMs, they were talking about the future of our Jodo Shinshu Buddhist temples of Canada. And they were talking about outreach programs. And I noticed that there was a comment by one of the ministers that said, you know, it's all fine and good to have outreach programs, but before we can do the outreach, we really need to do an inward reach. And what he meant by that was, he said, you know, we have all our temples, and our membership
as an example, here in Steveston, our membership is over 200 people, and yet at our Sunday services, the numbers that come out are not close to 200 people, right? And so I think, and I agree with this sentiment that we have to learn ourselves before we can reach out to others. At the back of the Hondo, we have that passage, and it's been explained before, Jishin Kyonin Shin, is that one has to have, to teach others, or to share with others, you have to have conviction yourself first, okay? Which means we need to learn about the fundamentals of our teachings. And so often, I think when it comes to that, we have a tendency to be a little bit on the weak side of that, right? So I was thinking about that, and being this Easter weekend, Easter is all about the story of Jesus Christ and his resurrection, right? And so for many Christians, or most Christians, as well as even us Buddhists who have been raised in this culture, we know this story, right? And we know what Easter is about. But when it comes to, for instance, Amida Buddha, there is actually a great story that is told about Amida Buddha. In fact, we call ourselves Jodo Shinshu. And Jodo is pure land. Okay, Jodo is pure land. And Shinshu is true teaching, or true sect, or true religion, or Shinshu. Yeah. So we're part of what we call this Pure Land Buddhism. And when we think about Pure Land, many of us don't realize where this comes from. Okay. And in fact, it came, just going to paraphrase here, from a book here. It was actually around 370 AD, I guess. There was a Indian monk by the name of Kumarajiva. In Japanese, we say Kumaraju. But this monk traveled from India to China, and he spread the Buddhist Dharma. And one of the things that he did was that he translated many of the Pure Land, what we call the Pure Land texts. And he introduced this terminology of Pure Lands into China from India. This ideology of Pure Lands, what he said was that there's basically many Buddha lands throughout the universe. And this is written in what we call the Mahayana Sutras, the sutras that Kumarajiva translated. And that actually had a very important impact on the spread of Buddhism, because it changed Buddhism from an Indian religion to a universal religion. Because he talks about, or in these sutras, they talk about all these other Buddhas, other than just Shakyamuni Buddha. So when it was just in India, they focused mainly on Shakyamuni Buddha, the historical Buddha. And that was fine for India. But once it started going places like China and outside, where you have different cultures, unless it grew beyond just the Indian culture, it would be limited as a foreign religion. So by introducing these other sutras, focusing on these other sutras, he was able to expand from one culture-specific religion to a universal religion. And one of these sutras, of course, is the sutra on Amida Buddha. Well, there's many sutras on Amida Buddha, but the larger sutra on Amida Buddha is very important to us because it tells the story of how Amida Buddha came about. And in there, there's very in-depth description. And it talks about how at the beginning that there were these 53 different Buddhas that appeared in our existence. And the 53rd Buddha was known as Lokesvara Raja. Lokesvara Raja. And to describe what kind of Buddha he was perfectly enlightened one possessed of perfect knowledge and practice, well gone, one having good knowledge of the world, unsurpassed one, tamer of people, teacher of devas and humans, and Buddha and world-honored one. So this Lokesvara Raja Buddha appears, and it's said that there was a king who listened to the Dharma and wanted to become his disciple, wanted to become his follower, and he left his kingdom to become a practicer, a bodhisattva known as Dharmakara. And this is the person who then goes on to become Amida Buddha. And according to this, so Dharmakara first kneels before Lokesvara Raja Buddha and praises him and says, you are the most complete Buddha, etc., etc. And this praising is the Sambutsuge, the chant that we chant here quite often, okay? And so he praises him, and then after he praises him and says what kind of Buddha he wants, then Dharmakara says to this Lokesvara Raja Buddha, he asks the Buddha, he says, I wish to attain perfect enlightenment in this world quickly, so I can remove the roots of suffering and affliction in birth and death. So he makes this request to attain enlightenment. And at that time, Lokesvara Raja says to Dharmakara, you yourself should know what needs to be done in order to adorn your Buddha land. So basically, the Lokesvara Raja tells him, you should know what to do yourself. And at that, Dharmakara replies, the meaning of what you have just said is so vast and profound that it is beyond my range of comprehension. So he says, I'm incapable just by myself to figure out what to do. I truly need your guidance. And when Lokesvara Raja hears this, he realizes the earnestness of Dharmakara's desire, and he tells him, he says, Lokesvara Raja realized that the noble aspirations of Dharmakara were profound and vast, and so he conveyed to him the following teaching. It is as if a person were to bail out the great ocean using a pail, and eventually to reach the bottom after many kalpas. Such a person would then obtain the precious treasure to be found there. Likewise, if one seeks the way sincerely and diligently, one should be able to reach one's goal. What vow could not be fulfilled? Then Lokesvara Raja, using his powers, shows Dharmakara many 210 kodis of Buddha lands, many different Buddha lands. And he shows them all the good aspects of these Buddha lands. These are lands of different Buddhas. And he shows them all the good aspects, and he shows them all the bad aspects. And having seen all these Buddha lands, Dharmakara then contemplates for 5 kalpas, and he then comes up with what we call our 48 vows to become Amida Buddha. So this story of Dharmakara is showing us the great desire, diligence, and the want of this individual to become the Buddha, to relieve all suffering. of sentient beings, to relieve the ignorance of all sentient beings. And so when we listen to these teachings and we hear that calling voice, the voice of the Dharma, the voice of the Buddha, that says, even with our ignorance, even as I am, it is continually working upon us, continually to shed light upon us, to make us realize that there is a true oneness, that there is great compassion, and that there is the working of Amida Buddha. And out of gratitude, we put our hands together and say, Namo Amida Butsu. So, as I mentioned at the beginning, at the AGM, when it was talked about inward reach as opposed to outward reach, by learning and listening to the story of Amida Buddha, we begin to realize, yes, that this working has been working upon me from aeons ago. And out of true gratitude for receiving the teachings, we place our hands together. And at this time, again, if I can ask you to please join me in Gasho as we recite the name of the Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you for listening to me, and we will close today's service with the singing of Ondok-san. So if I can ask those who are able to please rise, and I will bring it on the screen as well. And please be seated. This will conclude our morning service for today. Thank you all for attending. Next week, we will have the English service conducted by Roy Sensei. So, Roy Sensei, yoroshiku onegai shimasu. And following that, in May, of course, we will have our Shotsuki service the first Sunday in May. I think that's about all of it. We are having a Chow sale. We just had a meeting yesterday, but it will be at the end of, near the end of June that we'll be holding the Chow sale. Things are getting organized, so we'll have the notice in this newsletter and next newsletter as well. Okay? So thank you and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Looks like a nice day out today, so enjoy the weekend. Yeah, and thank you to those who joined by Zoom. If you're in the area, please feel to pop by anytime and come out for our Chow sale too. I know it's a little hard for you, Yvonne, from Texas, but yeah. Welcome to all of you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sensei. Arigato.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei. Okay, where are we here?
Gonna just leave.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.